What's going on, guys? Noah here with Northern Scavenger. It feels like it's been a lifetime since I've been in the backcountry. This past summer and fall, there's been no rain here in Nova Scotia and all our rivers have dried up. But now in December, the rain has been pouring and I could paddle again. Today I'm visiting a cabin that I stopped off on this past spring on a fishing trip. I told you guys I'd be back, and today we're gonna be doing an overnighter there. It took quite the effort to get back here. It seems like there's endless logging roads here in Nova Scotia. And then from there, I jumped onto a tributary that connects to this river, which I'm now gonna be taking downstream. This is an in and back, so at the end of the trip, I'm going back upriver. But the flow isn't too bad, and it's a beautiful day in December. Look at this. It's just growing on the rocks. That's a hardwood too, and hardwoods have a tap root, so they need one main root to go really deep to collect water. So it must have found the cracks and stuck its roots in. Softwoods, on the other hand, don't have a tap root and they sort of just spread wide like an umbrella. That's why during hurricanes, the root system's so shallow that during hurricanes they get blown over and entire forests just get toppled over. What do we got here? Aha. Okay. Some firewood. It's a little trashy. Looks like this was quite the booze spot. I came here this past spring, but before then, about 4 years ago, I stopped in while I was doing this river. And at that time, this place was absolutely trashed. So since then, obviously someone's doing some work to spruce it up a bit. And it still needs a little more elbow grease. The siding looks like it was roofing that they just tacked on. You can tell this entire cabin is just a mix of materials and I'm assuming just what was available. But there's a lot going on here. Look at this. Might have to use that later. I brought a few things anticipating that this cabin might need a little work. And a good thing to always bring is a big garbage bag. I don't even want to set up in there until I do a preliminary clean. It's pretty gross. There's a lot of garbage, a lot of dirt and grime on the ground. So let's just start cleaning before we set up. Why would someone pack garbage but not take it out? Idiots. It's much better than it was. There's a lot of suspended dust in here though, so I might chill outside for a bit. let it settle. Actually, this is a good time to get wood. This wood seems pretty solid and dry, which is great, but I am going to do a big stalk and see if I can find a couple of big trees to take down. Typically when I'm looking for firewood, I'm looking for standing dead trees. This one isn't standing, but it's not on the ground either. Once a tree falls and lands on the ground, it starts decomposing. I'm looking at this one, and I can peel the bark so I know it's not a live tree. It doesn't seem like it's rotten either. And it's long too. So I think this might be the one for us. This is so scrubby in here. So when I'm bringing this back, I don't want these branches to get stuck on stuff. This is a nice piece though. There she goes. There we go, boy. I brought a big axe with me. This is a mole head, so it's good for splitting big pieces of wood. My typical axe that I have with me, it's good for finesse stuff. Big chunks of wood, it gets a little tough, but this has a lot of weight when you come down with it. Little slippage. Oh, man, I love chopping wood. So there's obviously a leak. And you can see the metal's oxidizing there. I found a logbook, pretty soggy. last entry is May 6th, 2023. Hurricane Fiona dropped a maple and a spruce on the old cabin. Wow, so it's been 2.5 years. Oh, there's a photo of the tree on top of the cabin. But overall, not too many people come back here. $1980. Jeez. There's a lot of history here. Oh, that works really well. On top, a little cilantro. Come on. Sweet potato, beans, Greek yogurt, avocado, cilantro. Whoo, baby. A little bit more of this. This is a game changer. A squirt of lime would have been good for some citrus, some acidity, but overall, great meal. So this photo was actually 2011, where it got smoked by a maple. So this has taken a lot of beatings over the years. Game 1, Habs vs. Pens. Watched here in color 13-inch TV, 2010. This morning I spent some time tidying up around camp and cleaning up the yard. I left some candles and the scallop coasters, as well as brought a logbook, and I'm going to be leaving my axe. This place has lots of potential. It just takes like-minded folks to come back here and leave it better than they found it. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing. And as of now, my website, northernscavenger.com, is now live, where I'm selling merch for the first time in 3 years. We got hats, we got the original Bushwhacker buffs, and we have t-shirts. And guys, thank you so much. We'll see you next time.